So if we said that metaquantum is using your five senses and studying yourself and your body in order that you may achieve your sixth sense, and then connecting the 33 nerves to the brain, making it a supercomputer, but also a supersensory and knowledge-seeking organ. And that's what metaquantum is, that you can seek knowledge from every animal, so every person, animal, and notice that the animals are in submission. They don't take more than they need. They submit to their nature. What if you submitted to your nature and not to your feelings, which are learned behaviors, to your goals, and as we were saying, all the different currencies, right? And your achievement and your ambition and your pleasure. When you're not in those, you're in the void. I'm just thinking about more money, more currency, more education, more success, more pleasure, feeding, right? And when you don't have it, you're depressed. But what if the cure for mania and ADHD and depression is nourishment, right? And what if we made our currency joy? We see addiction like the alcohol, right? Your void is filled by alcohol, your pleasure is alcohol, your nourishment's alcohol. All you think about is alcohol. I've been there. I've been in addiction. I am ADHD. I am bipolar. I've been severely depressed. I've been on lithium, which prevented my brain from working as it is now and doing the things I was able to do. I've been on the meds, and I know that that isn't the solution. I've sacrificed myself, my relationships, my things, everything to fix a broken system. And I'm saying I've been experimenting all the time on me, learning from you, learning from the masters, realizing that every one of them was limited to the knowledge that was available to them through oral tradition or books or busts. But what if we lived in a world where on this thing we can go to National Geographic and explore other parts of the world? We could look at videos on Einstein, Tesla. We could study Malcolm X. We could study. What if we could spend a lifetime, or maybe 42 years, in study? And then to find out that because you are 240 pounds and 42 with COVID, riding 400 miles in the sun, and lifting weights, and just drinking sugar, that was just one of many. And the people that know me know that I go through phases where I've done this and studied this, and one of my exes used to call it fixation, and I call it mastery. So country music, rap, whatever, art, fixate, learn it, move on, keep moving on. The masters, you keep moving on. I'm saying to you that your depression, your mania, your ADHD, all of mental health can be cured, but it can be cured with you coming into tune with your nature and I'd like for you to take this equation and apply it into your life. The void, time spent in thinking and thought. How much time you spend in pleasure, how much time you spend in nourishment, how much time you spend in currency, or reward you get from currency, how much time you spend in ambition and achievement. See where you're spending your time and see what your currencies are. Education, things, status, reputation. But what if we made it something we couldn't quantify? We can quantify money, but can you quantify joy? Right? So if we made it pleasure, how much sex can you have? How much time can you spend on the phone? Well, that's the problem. You can spend every waking moment on the phone. And that's feeding pleasure, but it's not offering nourishment. It's putting you into a silent world without real vibrations of other people. So nourishment, the knowledge, it does something to the mind, and it's a different kind of addiction. And it's the one that makes you feel good, like when you went on Sunday morning and your grandma was making those biscuits and putting molasses on them, and your hairs rose up on your back. It wasn't the nourishment of the food, she was nourishing you with her quality and her dedication. I'm saying this is just my putting together all the books, all the knowledge that I had gathered, acquired over this life into a diagram, connecting, and this is my connection to the stars, because I walk under Orion, and these represent my two youngest, his feet. These three go up to his waist, and that's my other three. I'm saying it's time, and I'm the one that put in the time and the work. And I could have stopped it at any time, but that would have been selfish, because I had the ability to keep going until I could figure out a solution. And I want you to just consider what I've said. Change, put the phone down. Put all the stuff that seeks your pleasure down. Put all your toys down and your money and everything. And just start vibrating. Bring your vibrations up. Be excited. Be excitable. Talk to people and talk to everyone you meet. Watch every bird you see. Stay up, come out at night, watch every star out there. Walk barefoot on the ground. Study, keeping them with you. Masters you like, your masters may be different than mine, your ancestors may be different than mine. Genetics and phenotype are different, where you came from is different. I'm different because I'm choose to get knowledge from the east and the west and the middle and the south and the north. I chose to seek it all. But there was a purpose in that. Seek until you find, and when you find, you'll be troubled. He says in T22, you're inside like you're outside, you're upper like you're lower, face to face, shoulder to shoulder. During the time I was depressed, who asked me if I was okay? Who Who said, let me call him? Who said, let me visit him? Or who decided to laugh and talk and watch a man fall? Well, I couldn't help it. I was on the lithium. I couldn't reach into my brain to get myself out of it. And yes, I did start drinking. And yes, I was depressed when I lost my kids and my family. But it was a test for me. And I went somewhere to get healing and found love in an unexpected place. And I found that I came off the lithium and I had this neuropsychological testing before and after, and my brain was functioning like I was on the 5th to 10th percentile. And within 7 or 8 weeks off of it, with no device, no phone, just people and nature and stimulation that way, and knowledge and learning with all those guys and the wonderful ladies that were there. They repeated the psychological testing and I was on the 95th percentile. The psychologist and the psychiatrist and everyone there, and this is a place that's been around for a while, and these are experienced, they've never seen anything like it. So I'm saying to you, if you have mental health, my book is hopefully going to be able to help, but I can help.